Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tiravanachari Jamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Nitya Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitya Gaura Haribo. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajikacharya Astota Arshata Sri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajikacharya Astota Arshata Sri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki. Ananta Kota Vaishnava Vrinda Ki, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki, Prem Se Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki, Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyamakunda Radha Kunda Gir Govardhan Ki, Shri Mayapur Dham Ki, Shri Mathura Dham Ki, Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai, Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki, Ganga Mai Ki, Yamuna Mai Ki, Bhakti Devi Ki, Tulasi Devi Ki, Harinam Sankirtan Ki, Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki, Gaur Pramanande Hari Hari Bo. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Naranayam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam hudirayet. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead Narayan, unto Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Nasta prayasa bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavaduttama shloke bhaktir bhavadinaishtaki. By regular attendance in classes on the Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Good morning. Today we will be continuing in Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th Canto, Chapter 69, Text 18. Drishtam tavangri yugalam janata pavargam. Brahmadibir hidi vichintyam agada bodhai. Sangsara kupa patit Totaranavalam. Jayam sharamya nugrahana yata smriti syat. Drishtam tavangri yugalam janata pavargam. Brahmadibir hridi vichintyam agada bodhai. Sangsara kupa patito taranavalam. Jayam charamya nugrana yata smrityasyat. Drishtam Drishtam Tavangri Yugalam Janata Pavargam. Brahma Debir Hidi Vichintam Agada Bodhai. Sangsara Kupa Patito Taranavalam. Jayam Charam Anugrahanya Yatasmriti Syat. Devotees? Jistam Tavana Yugalam Janata Pavarga. Die. Sangsara Kupa Patito Taranavalam. Jayam Charam Yanugrana Yatasmiti Syat. Jistam Tavangri Yugalam Janata Pavargam. Brahma Debir Hidi Vichinta Agada Bodhai. Sangsara Kupa Patito Taranavalam. Word for word meanings. Drishtam, seen. Tava, your. Angri, of feet. Yugalam, pair. Janata, for your devotees. Apavargam, the source of liberation. Brahma Adibihi, by persons such as Lord Brahma. Hridi, within the heart. Vichintyam, meditated upon. Agada, unfathomable. Bodhai, whose intelligence. Samsara, of material life. Kupa, in the well. Patita, of those who are fallen. Uttarana, for deliverance. Avalambam, the shelter. Dhyayan, constantly thinking. Charami, I may travel. Anugrihana, please bless me. Yata, so that. Smritihi, remembrance. Syat, may be. Translation. Now I have seen your feet, which grant liberation to your devotees, which even Lord Brahma and other great personalities of unfathomable intelligence can only meditate upon within their hearts, and which those who have fallen into the well of material existence resort to for deliverance. Please favor me so that I may constantly think of you as I travel about. Please grant me the power to remember you. Please repeat. Now I have seen your feet, which grant liberation to your devotees, which even Lord Brahma and other great personalities of unfathomable intelligence can only meditate upon within their hearts. And which those who have fallen into the well of material existence resort to for deliverance. Please favor me, so that I may constantly think of you as I travel about. Please grant me the power to remember you. Purport by the servants of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Lord Krishna had asked Narada Muni, "What can we do for you?" And here Narada answers, Narada Muni is a pure devotee of Lord Krishna, and thus his request is sublime. Om Jnana Timirandasya Gananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Umilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Patam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Cha Hey Krishna Korana Sindho Dinabandho Jagapate Gopesha Gopikanta Radhakanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutta Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashaja Deshatarane Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Vanchakalpatrubhischa Kripasindhi Krishna Vebhyo Namo Namaha. I'm just going to read commentaries by the Acharyas. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes, O great sage, for what purpose have you come? Do you intend to stay here or go and stay elsewhere? Anticipating this question, Narada speaks this verse. This verse is spoken by Narada. Jiva Goswami writes, your feet are the final result of meditation for your perfected, pure devotees, Janata Pavargam. Those feet are remembered with the greatest effort by the greatest person, like Brahma in the deepest workings of the heart. What to speak of those feet being suitable as the shelter for deliverance from samsara, for all those in this world of samsara. It is my great fortune to have seen those feet. Thinking that such good fortune is very rare to be permanent, he prays. Meditating on those feet, let me wander about in this world. That is to be achieved by your mind. Why do you have to pray? Be merciful so that I can remember. Only by your mercy can this be achieved and not otherwise. Or be merciful to me so that I can wander about meditating on your feet. Similarly, be merciful so that you will always remember me. And Sanatana Goswami writes, Brahma and others meditate on your feet, only with delay, vichintya. Some serve your feet with devotion, to gain liberation. And even if they are liberated, they cannot see your feet. Persons desiring liberation take shelter of your feet to attain deliverance from the well of samsara. Thus your feet are very rare. Narada indicates that even he is not a devotee, since as a great humble devotee, he does not identify himself as a devotee. Or his feet destroy vargam, the pain of separation, tapa, of the devotees, jhana, by directly being seen. They are attained by the devotee. I will meditate on those feet. Or I will wander from house to house here, because having directly seen those feet, they always appear internally. But be merciful so that you will always remember me. Good morning, everyone. Please say a prayer that I can say something in glorification of the Srimad Bhagavatam and of these verses. I'm quite dull-headed, so any of your prayers will be greatly appreciated. In today's verse and yesterday's verse, Sri Narada is speaking with, or actually is with today's verse. Narada is speaking to Krishna. He's decided to go visit the Lord in Dwarka and visit him in his palaces, which he has many of, 16,108, I believe. Anyways, it's a lot of palaces, more than any normal human could take care of. And he wants to visit and see what the Lord is doing day to day. And the first place he goes, the first palace he goes to, he sees the Lord being fanned by one of his servants, and she has thousands of maid servants. The scene is, described lots of jewels and ornaments. It's a very beautiful city, very beautiful palaces. It's actually indescribable, but they do a very good job describing it. Lots of sense and peace and auspiciousness in the air. And he sees the Lord there being fanned and with all these maidservants. And in the Krishna book, Srila Prabhupada also mentions, I forget the word he uses, not maidservants, but maid men, making the point that there are also men there in turbans and cloaks and stuff serving the Lord. So everyone's there serving the Lord. And all of a sudden, he kind of notices Narada there. He's like, oh. And he gets up and he's excited to see Narada. He gives him, he gives him his seat. He washes his feet. He pours the water on his head because he sees Narada as a great personality. And after he basically worships Narada, he says, "What can I do for you?" And today Narada is saying, "O Almighty Lord, it is no surprise that you, the ruler of all worlds, show friendship for all people, yet subdue the envious. As we well know, you descend by your sweet will in order to bestow the highest good on this universe by maintaining and protecting it. Thus your glories are widely sung." Excuse me, this was yesterday's verse. And then he goes on to say today's verse, which is, "Now I have seen your feet, which grant liberation to your devotees, which even Lord Brahma and other great personalities of unfathomable intelligence can only meditate upon within their hearts, and which those who have fallen into the well of material existence resort to for deliverance. Please favor me, so that I may constantly think of you as I travel about. Please grant me the power to remember you." So it's an interesting scene that, Narada is not your average Jiva soul. He's a special personality, so he can do these things, just go hither and thither in the universe. He has that special benediction. And I just think it's interesting that he kind of shows up at the palace unannounced. I mean, Krishna knows everything, so he knows Narada's coming, Narada's there, etc., why he's there. And he's overjoyed to see Narada. He could have been just like, what are you doing here? I'm being worshipped, get out of here, But he's excited to see his devotees. He wants to be surrounded and worshipped by his devotees. I just wanted to read a part from the Krishna book, because Srila Prabhupada explains it in a little more detail, if you will. I'm just going to start from where Narada came into this palace. Narada saw that Lord Krishna was sitting with Rukmini Devi, the mistress of that particular palace, who was holding the handle of a chamar whisk. Even though there were many thousands of maidservants, equally beautiful and qualified, and of the same age, Rukmini Devi personally was engaged in fanning Lord Krishna. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, worshipped even by Narada. Yet as soon as Krishna saw Narada enter the palace, he got down immediately from Rukmini's bedstead and stood up to honor him. Lord Krishna is the teacher of the whole world, and in order to instruct everyone how to respect a saintly person like Narada Muni, he bowed down, touching his helmet to the ground. Not only did Krishna bow down, but he also touched the feet of Narada, and with folded hands requested him to sit on his chair. Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality, worshipped by all devotees. He is the most worshipable spiritual master of everyone. The Ganges water, which emanates from his feet, sanctifies the three worlds. All qualified brahmanas worship him, and therefore he is called Brahmanya Deva. So even Lord Krishna, showing as an example how to be a servant, is getting up immediately, bowing down, touching his feet. When I may have mentioned this in a class some time back, but when I first came in contact with devotees, started reading Krishna conscious literature, and started hearing classes by devotees, and hearing all this stuff about feet and lotus feet and feet and feet. And I'm like, what is this foot stuff, Because I'm not so crazy about feet. We all got feet, they're there, but I don't find them particularly attractive, But if you want to be a servant, you have to bow down at the person's feet. You're surrendering to their feet, and that's what Krishna is doing. He's surrendering to his great devotees' feet. In order to surrender to Krishna, you have to bow down, surrender to his feet, surrender to the spiritual master's feet. When you come in to the temple and you bow down to the deities, and you're not supposed to look right at their face. You're supposed to start at the feet and slowly take in the darshan up to their head. You start at their feet. So really it's about bowing down and surrendering and getting down on the ground and being like, I'm not in control, you're in control. Please show me how to do what I need to do. And Krishna is showing us how to surrender, how to worship his devotees. Let me continue. Brahmanya means one who fully possesses the Brahminical qualifications, which are said to be as follows: truthfulness, self-control, purity, mastery of the senses, simplicity, full knowledge by practical application, and engagement in devotional service. Lord Krishna possesses all these qualities, and he is worshipped by persons who themselves possess such qualities. There are thousands and millions of names of Lord Krishna, and all of them are given to him because of his transcendental qualities. I'm going to just skip forward. So Krishna sees Narada. He particularly asked Narada, "What can I do in your service?" Narada replied, "My dear Lord, this kind of behavior by your lordship is not at all astonishing. For you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead and master of all species of living entities. You are the supreme friend of all living entities, but at the same time you are the supreme chastiser of the miscreants and the envious. I know that your lordship has descended to this earth for the proper maintenance of the whole universe. Your appearance, therefore, is not forced by any other agency. By your sweet will only you agree to appear and disappear. It is my great fortune that I have been able to see your lotus feet today. Anyone who becomes attached to your lotus feet is elevated to the supreme position of neutrality and is uncontaminated by the material modes of nature. My Lord, you are unlimited. There is no limit to your opulences. Great demigods like Lord Rama and Lord Shiva are always busy placing you within their hearts and meditating upon you. The conditioned souls who have now been put into the blind well of material existence can get out of this eternal captivity only by accepting your lotus feet. That's very important. Thus you are the only shelter of all conditioned souls. My dear Lord, you have very kindly asked what you can do for me. In answer to this, I simply request that I may not forget your lotus feet at any time. I do not care where I may be, but I pray that I constantly be allowed to remember your lotus feet. And this verse can actually be a prayer for us. You know, if we could remember it, it's something we can pray in our hearts, pray before the deities, to always remember Krishna's lotus feet, to always be able to render service to Krishna, to always have Krishna, the thought of Krishna in our hearts. Let me continue. By asking this benediction from the Lord, the sage Narada showed the ideal prayer of all pure devotees. A pure devotee never asks for any kind of material or spiritual benediction from the Lord. His only prayer is that he may not forget the lotus feet of the Lord in any condition of life. A pure devotee does not care whether he is put into heaven or hell. He is satisfied anywhere, provided he can constantly remember the lotus feet of the Lord. Lord Chaitanya taught this same process of prayer in his Shikshashtaka, in which he clearly stated that all he wanted was devotional service, birth after birth. A pure devotee does not even want to stop the repetition of birth and death. To a pure devotee, it does not matter whether he has to take birth again in the various species of life. His only ambition is that he not forget the lotus feet of the Lord in any condition of life. That's a pretty powerful prayer. And I don't know about you, but life is pretty difficult. Sometimes, a lot of the times, most of the time. And we can get carried away on different things and forget Krishna's lotus feet, forget the service of Krishna's lotus feet. I'll just share a brief example from my small life. You know, yesterday, past couple days, I had a lot of anxiety, or something resembling anxiety, anger, these kind of like uneasiness of the heart, if you will, you know, where you're like stressed out, your mind is like freaked out, how is this going to happen, you're trying to figure out how to do these things, and it's a real stress, like it can hurt. It can hurt your head. It can hurt your heart. Like these life can hurt, you know, in more ways than one. And I was on the verge of screaming. I actually did scream in the car, but anyways, having all this anxiety and stress, I'm like trying to remember Krishna. It's not working. So then I go to do what I'm supposed to do, which is Tulsi Seva, right? And by doing this Tulsi Seva, I'm chanting, I'm also listening to Srila Prabhupada chanting japa. And then I started listening to a narration of Tulsi's life and being absorbed in her, listening about her life of devotion, her devotion to Krishna, listening to all these things, and then all this anxiety started to fade away. Like, all the troubles in the heart started to seem like not so troublesome, not such a big deal, you know. And that's kind of like when you take shelter of Krishna, that's what's going to happen. When you actually take shelter, when you give up control and say, I surrender, then Krishna can ease your suffering. He can give you that peace of mind, give you that coolness. We talk about Krishna's lotus feet and how they're soothing, they're peaceful, cooling. And they're actually like that. If you hear about Krishna, you hear about his pastimes, you hear his holy name, then it's non-different than taking shelter of his lotus feet. It's non-different than his lotus feet. If you come to the temple and you take darshan of Krishna's lotus feet, it's non-different. If you meditate on his lotus feet, if you actually surrender and say, I give up, then there can be this peace of mind, this kind of soothing. You can tolerate all these pains of life that come in different degrees. And, you know, even as I say this, I know my life will get more intense as the day goes on. But if I can try to remember Krishna, that's the whole point. If we always bring it back to Krishna, then we have some relief. Otherwise, we get carried away by the threefold miseries and karma. We're just like a puppet, you know, we ultimately have no control. Krishna's in control. So better just to surrender to Krishna. Give up all control. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And for those of you that are pujaris or that bit on the altar, if you touch Krishna's lotus feet, it's actually cooling. It's actually soothing. You can actually have that experience. And another thing about this lotus feet thing is, I was thinking about it. The lotus is, it's seen as like a pure symbol because it's just a beautiful flower that can rise out of the muck, right? And in the Vedic literatures, it talks about the creeper of devotional service, the creeper of bhakti, and how we need to nurture that creeper so that creeper can penetrate through this material world, through all the nonsense, through all this stuff, and take root at the lotus feet of Krishna. And on the soles of Krishna's feet are lotuses. And I don't know. Krishna's feet, that's all there is to it. You got to take shelter of Krishna's feet. You got to bow down. And you got to take shelter of the spiritual master's lotus feet. You have to learn how to do all these things. You have to learn who Krishna is. And that's what we're doing right now. Srila Prabhupada, through Krishna book, through translating Srimad Bhagavatam, is giving us glimpses of who Krishna is, and how to serve us, how to remember his lotus feet, all these pastimes and all these examples of different devotees taking shelter of his lotus feet, trying to keep his feet in the core of their heart and trying not to get carried away with the material world. They're even saying, if I have to take birth after birth, as long as I can stay in the mood of service, as long as I can remember you, I'll go wherever. It doesn't matter. And that's a high platform of devotional service, to be able to just, wherever you want me to go, I'll be there. I'll go through it all. Just as long as I can constantly remember you, constantly serve you. Please, please, remember me, and let me remember you. One of the acharyas says that in the purport. Remember me. Krishna always remembers us, but, So, in conclusion, we need to take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. And really, by hearing about him, by reading about him, by hearing classes about him, by reading the Srimad Bhagavatam, by hearing Krishna book, by hearing about Krishna and his pastimes and his devotees, then we can really, have this devotional creeper start growing exponentially to reach Krishna's lotus feet. Did anybody have any questions or comments? It's almost time. Thank you. Please excuse any offenses. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Purusham Namaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Namaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Namaham Bhajami Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Tandar Agom Vitamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindam Adi Purusham Samaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Namaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Namaham Bhajami Angani Yasa Sakale Priya Priti Manti Vasyan Divan Dikayanti Niraganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadhu Jala Vigrahasya Govindam Adi Purusham Namaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham
Jaya Madhava Daite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Gokula Taruni Mandala Mahite Gokula Taruni Mandala Mahite Damodara Rati Vardhana Veshe Hari Nishkuta Vrindavit Vineshe Damodara Rati Vardhana Veshe Hari Nishkuta Vrindavit Vineshe Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Vrishabhanu Dadi Navasashi Leke Lalita Shaki Guna Ramita Vishake Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Karunam Kurumai Karuna Barite Sanaka Sanatana Vanita Charite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Radha, all glories unto you. All glories unto you, beloved of Madhava, object of worship for all the young girls of Gokula. You dress yourself in such a way as to increase Lord Damodara's love and attachment to you. You are the controller of Vrindavana, the pleasure grooves of Lord Hari. You are the new moon arising from the ocean of King Vrishabhanu. You are the friend of Lalita, and your wonderful qualities, friendliness, kindness, and faithfulness to Krishna endear you to Vishakha. You are an ocean of compassion, and your divine characteristics are described by your 4 Kumaras, Sanaka, Sanata, Sananda, and Sanat Kumara. O Radha, please be merciful to me. Chetudarpanam Archanam Bhavamahalavani Nirvanapanam Shreya Karava Chandrika Vitaranam Vidya Vyatu Jivanam Ananda Buddhi Vardhanam Pratipadam Purnam Ridvadanam Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatra Pitani Amita Smarane Nakala Etadrishita Vakripa Bhagavad Mamapi Durdaivam Idrishamiha Janina Nuraga Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari Nadanam Nadanam Sundarim Kavitam Vajagad Ishakamaye Mama Janmanishvare Bhagavad Bhakti Rahaitu Kitvaim Ainanda Danunya Kinkaram Patitam Mam Vishame Bhavam Buddha Kripaya Tava Pada Pankaja Sita Duli Sanchans Vichintaya Nayanam Galata Shrudharaya Vadanam Gadada Rudaya Gira Pulakarna Chitam Vapalkuda Navanama Grahane Bravishayati Yuga Iga Nimeshena Chakshusha Pavrishaitam Shunyaitam Jagat Sarvam Govinda Virahena Me Ashlishyava Padaratam Panashtumam Adarshanam Armahatam Karotuva Yadha Tadhava Vidatha Tulam Pato Mat Prananadhastu Sa Evana Para. Victory to Sri Krishna Sankirtana, which cleanses the heart of all dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtana movement is a prime benediction for humanity at large, because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. O my Lord, congregational chanting of your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of the kindness you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in the humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than the tree, devoid of all sense and false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth. O son of Maharaja Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms on your lotus feet. O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up, and when will the hairs of the body stand on end at the recitation of your name? O Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I'm feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace, or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and anything, for he is always my worshipful Lord unconditionally. Shri Shikshastaka ki jai.
I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Radha, Sundari Radha, for beautiful dressing, and for any of the announcements regarding the upcoming week. Thank you for a wonderful class. You really put your heart into it, Santosh Prabhu. And Ma Mantra for cooking the breakfast, and all of you for coming. May Krishna bless you with pure devotional service and grant you eternal shelter at his lotus feet. Hare Krishna. What?
You mentioned about the funeral tomorrow?
There are some details about the funeral. Is any-
It's tomorrow from 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. rather. I think it's Walker in Mebane, Walker Funeral Home in Mebane. Yeah, so if you go online and you just Google Walker Funeral Home Hillsborough, it'll give you all their locations. So.
And then it's around serving lunch at your house.
Yes, afterward, there's like lunch at